There comes a point in life when growth is no longer about adding more. It's not about more books, more advice, more goals, more productivity hacks, or more possessions. Real transformation begins when you start removing. The ancient Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that suffering often comes not from what happens to us, but from the unnecessary burdens we carry every day. Many people spend their lives trying to control the world around them. The Stoic spends his life mastering himself. Today we're going to explore 10 things you must quietly remove from your life if you want greater peace, clarity, strength, and freedom. Notice the word quietly. Stoicism is not about dramatic exits, angry announcements, or proving something to others. It is about calm decisions, silent discipline, private victories. As the philosopher Epictetus once taught, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Let's begin. 1. Remove the need for everyone's approval. One of the heaviest chains a person can wear is the need to be liked by everyone. Think about how much energy people spend worrying about opinions. What will they think? Will they approve? Will they understand? Will they like me? The Stoics recognized a simple truth. You cannot control what others think. No matter how kind you are, someone will misunderstand you. No matter how hard you work, someone will criticize you. No matter how honest you are, someone will doubt your intentions. Trying to manage everyone's opinion is like trying to control the weather. Impossible. The Stoic asks a different question. Am I acting according to my values? If the answer is yes, then approval becomes unnecessary. When you stop chasing validation, something remarkable happens. You become free. Free to speak honestly. Free to make difficult decisions. Free to live authentically. Not everyone has to agree with your path. They simply have to walk theirs. Quietly release the need for applause. Your conscience is enough. 2. Remove constant comparison. Comparison steals peace faster than almost anything else. Today, comparison is everywhere. Someone has a better job. Someone has more money. Someone is more attractive. Someone seems happier. The mind becomes trapped in endless measurement. The Stoics warned against this trap centuries ago. Why? Because comparison focuses your attention outward instead of inward. Your life is not a competition against everyone else's. Your only true comparison is with the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I becoming wiser? Am I becoming stronger? Am I becoming more disciplined? These questions matter. The success of another person takes nothing away from you. Their victory is not your defeat. Every human being walks a different path with different struggles, opportunities, and timing. Comparison blinds you to your own progress. Gratitude reveals it. Instead of measuring yourself against others, measure yourself against your potential. That is where growth begins. 3. Remove the habit of complaining. The Stoics viewed complaining as a waste of valuable energy. Not because difficulties aren't real, but because complaining rarely changes them. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. One spends hours complaining. The other spends those hours solving the problem. Who moves forward? Life will present obstacles. This is guaranteed. Traffic, delays, rejection, disappointment, loss. The Stoic response is not denial. The Stoic response is acceptance followed by action. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the obstacle becomes the way. Every complaint asks, why is this happening to me? The Stoic asks, what can I do with this? One question creates suffering. The other creates strength. Quietly reduce complaints. Increase responsibility. Your peace will grow. 4. Remove toxic relationships. Not every relationship deserves lifelong access to your energy. Some people constantly drain you. They create drama, spread negativity, encourage weakness, celebrate failure, resent growth. The Stoics understood that the company you keep influences your character. If you spend enough time around bitterness, bitterness becomes familiar. If you spend enough time around excuses, excuses become normal. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary. This doesn't mean hating people. It means recognizing who helps you become better and who pulls you away from your values. You don't always need confrontation. You don't always need an argument. Sometimes distance is enough. Sometimes silence is enough. Sometimes fewer conversations are enough. Remove relationships that repeatedly damage your character. Your future self will thank you. 5. Remove attachment to outcomes. One of the greatest Stoic lessons is understanding the difference between effort and outcome. Most anxiety comes from trying to control results. You want success. You want certainty. You want guarantees, but life offers none. You can prepare perfectly and still fail. You can do everything right and still face setbacks. This reality frustrates many people. The Stoic accepts it. Why? Because your power exists in your actions, not the final result. You control effort. You control preparation. You control attitude. You do not control everything else. When you focus on what is within your control, anxiety decreases. When you obsess over outcomes, anxiety increases. Plant the seed, water it, care for it, then release your grip. The result will come or it won't. Either way, your character remains intact. 6. Remove the fear of discomfort. Modern life encourages comfort. Comfortable chairs, comfortable routines, comfortable habits, comfortable excuses. Yet growth has never lived inside comfort. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort. They intentionally embraced challenges to strengthen their minds. Why? Because a person who fears discomfort becomes easy to control. A person who can endure discomfort becomes resilient. Take the difficult conversation. Wake up earlier. Exercise when you don't feel like it. Learn new skills. Face uncertainty. Each time you willingly enter discomfort, you expand your capacity. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite fear. Every meaningful achievement requires some level of discomfort. Stop running from it. Use it as training. 7. Remove excessive consumption. Many people consume far more than they create. Hours of scrolling. Hours of entertainment. Hours of distractions. Meanwhile, their goals remain untouched. The Stoics valued intentional living. They understood that attention is one of life's most precious resources. What you repeatedly consume shapes your mind. Your thoughts become your actions. Your actions become your character. Ask yourself, what enters my mind every day? Is it making me wiser, stronger, more disciplined, or simply more distracted? Quietly reduce the noise. Less gossip, less mindless scrolling, less unnecessary information. Create more than you consume. Build more than you browse. The quality of your life often reflects the quality of your attention. Guard it carefully. 8. Remove resentment. Resentment feels powerful, but in reality, it is a prison. When you carry resentment, you continue reliving past wounds. The person who hurt you may have moved on years ago, yet the pain remains alive inside you. The Stoics understood that holding on to anger often harms the holder more than the target. Forgiveness does not mean approval. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. Forgiveness means refusing to let the past control the present. Ask yourself, how much energy have I lost replaying old injuries? How many opportunities have been missed because my mind remained trapped in yesterday? You deserve freedom. And freedom begins when resentment ends. Release what you cannot change. Learn the lesson. Carry the wisdom. Leave the bitterness behind. 9. Remove the illusion of endless time. Most people live as though life will last forever. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. Dreams become delays. Goals become excuses. The Stoics constantly reflected on mortality, not to become depressed, but to become awake. Every day is a gift. Every conversation could be the last. Every opportunity has an expiration date. Awareness of death creates urgency for life. When you remember that time is limited, trivial concerns lose their power. Petty arguments become less important. Meaningful actions become more important. Ask yourself, if this year were my last, what would matter most? Then start living accordingly. Time is the one resource you can never recover. Spend it wisely. 10. Remove the version of yourself that no longer serves you. Perhaps the hardest thing to remove is an outdated identity. Many people cling to old versions of themselves. The insecure version, the fearful version, the lazy version, the victim version, the angry version, the version that once protected them but now limits them. Growth requires letting go. You cannot become who you need to be while desperately holding on to who you used to be. The Stoics believed that character is not fixed. It is built daily through choices. Every morning presents an opportunity to become someone better. Not perfect, better, stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more courageous. The person you become tomorrow depends on what you release today. Let go of identities that keep you small. Step into the person your future requires. Conclusion. The Stoic path is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming intentional. It's about removing what weakens you and strengthening what matters. Quietly remove the need for approval, constant comparison, complaining, toxic relationships, attachment to outcomes, fear of discomfort, excessive consumption, resentment, the illusion of endless time, the outdated version of yourself. Remember, transformation does not happen overnight. It happens choice by choice, day by day, moment by moment. As Seneca taught, every day is a new life. You do not need to change everything today. Remove one burden, then another, and one day you'll look back and realize that the peace, strength, and freedom you were searching for were never found by adding more to your life. They were found by letting go. Thank you for listening. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and continue walking the Stoic path.